My name is Amanda Rosenburg, and I am the Director of Learning at Tigley, and we are here because there are a lot of early elementary educators out there that are looking for great tech solutions. Unfortunately, the landscape for young ones is not quite there yet, and so we have an offering I'm sure that they will be really excited to hear about.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. So, explain.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a great start.
This is the really interesting thing about our radio is that, you get put on the spot and you have to, I want to show you so bad. Well,
and that's one of the unique things about our product. It's almost hard to explain unless you really have to see it in person. So I will give my best shot. So what we do is we create physical manipulatives that work directly on tablet screens. And the way that works is that there's touch points on the bottom of each manipulative that's programmed within the app. So what makes us unique and developmentally appropriate for these young kids is that there's no Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, battery with the actual technology, the manipulatives themselves. So during flu season, you can throw them in hot soapy water and let them dry and use them again. So you put them on the screen, it interacts with the app, and all of our apps are created by people with backgrounds in early childhood education. So we're coming from a place of really sound theory. And we focus on math and literacy and creativity.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So, like, one of the if I was using one of the math manipulatives, is there like different apps? Not different apps, different lessons in the app that they can choose.
Sure. So the way it's set up is that for our math set, it's a set of Cuisinart rods up to the number 5. So it's pretty much what you're imagining right now.
Right.
And then you put it on the tablet, and each app there's 4 apps for each of our sets. And each app hits at a different learning level. So we'll have one for addition, and in our addition app, Chef is asking you to help him create a dish for the kitchen. And you have to give him the right number of ingredients. So you're his sous chef. And you put he'll give you I need 6 pineapple rings. And so your job as the student is to figure out how to get to that number 6 using your Cuisinart rods. So it's very open-ended to really allow them to explore with number creation and see that math isn't about just one way of getting there. It's about multiple ways of getting there, and it's endless. So that's our thing, is that it's not really set activities, but a way for kids to really explore. And teachers love that because the open-endedness allows them to fit it into their curriculum pretty seamlessly.
Well, cool. we were down there yesterday,
right,
and visited the booth and got to see some of the manipulatives firsthand. That's a word I cannot say. So, but one of the things that just jumped out at me immediately, even before I had a clue what you guys did and the size of those pieces is wonderful for pre-K hands. I mean, they're nice and they're nice and big and I don't want it to sound negative because it's not at all. They're big and they're bulky and they're grabbable. That's the word I guess I'm looking for.
And that's exactly what we aim for, is grabbable. We want the kid to grab the manipulative with their full hand, put it in their palm. Our whole thing is about feeling it, feeling the corners on our shapes and the sides, seeing the A's. I watch kids actually run their fingers around them before they grab it. And it's such a vital piece to their learning, is to touch and feel and really manipulate. And so we want to put out products that allow them to do that, but in a way on a grand scale.
Right.
Plus, with their little fingers, sometimes it's hard to pick up those little blocks and whatnot. Yeah. We don't want them struggling with that. We want them to be able to grab it, go to the next thing. We want the learning curve to be very, very, very quick. Because the worst thing about technology, one of the things that is a downfall about technology in the classroom, is getting to that point that you can use it, pretty well, getting over that learning curve. And we want to eliminate that, especially with the young ones, where it can get a little complicated.
Yeah. Well, and then in addition to them being, grabbable, and you talked about, you want them to be able to feel the corners, what have you.
Right.
By the same token, though, there's not, at least not the manipulatives that I saw, there aren't sharp, pointy, poke your eye out corners. Everything is very smooth, and even the feel of those individual blocks is, I don't know, it's very, I don't know what they're made of, but it was almost, to me, it felt kind of almost rubberized or something.
And that's what they are.
It was very, I don't know, safe, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, and one of the great things I hear teachers tell me all the time is the fact that, they see sometimes their students put it in their mouth.
Right, yes.
They could chew it. I mean, it's one of those things that it's not going to break. It is fully developmentally appropriate for this age group. And that's always been our key, is to make technology meant for early elementary, not create a technology to push to early elementary. And that's our sweet spot. And we've been seeing great success, and students love us. They'll walk in and ask, Miss Smith, can we do math today? And the teachers are like, oh my goodness, my kids are asking for math. It's because they like to hold their Tiggly math rods or letters. They oftentimes go home and try to explain it to their parents because it's just so exciting to them.
So when they put the manipulatives, I'm having the same problem. When they put the manipulatives on the iPad or the touch screen, does it have to, with young kids, does it have to go in an exact specific spot? Or since the sensors are there, does it know automatically that it doesn't matter if they stick it this way or that way, or it tells you, line it up with the lines or do this kind of stuff?
Right. So at the beginning levels, it's very flexible because we know that their dexterity isn't quite there yet. And as they advance, it does get a little harder within some of our apps where they'll need to put the shape within a box that's moving across the screen. That's intentional to really work on their hand-eye coordination. So not only are they getting math and literacy and working on their creativity skills, but we're working on those other motor skills that are often left out when it comes to working on tablets for our young students.
That's really awesome. It sounds like you guys thought of everything.
Oh, thank you. Well, I have to say a lot of the credit also is to our teachers. They give us great feedback. We listen to them as educators ourselves. Our key thing is to make a technology that's usable. We don't want it sitting on the back shelf getting dusty because it just doesn't fit for them. We want it being used and having an impact. I mean, that's why we're here. So,
Absolutely.
That's really awesome. So cool. I like to do this. This is the 45-second elevator pitch. Now, so you get on the elevator, it's your hero, and you've got to sell yourself, your idea, your educational service. So 45 seconds. Boom.
All right. So as I said, my name is Amanda, and I'm so excited to see you today. And I just wanted to quickly tell you about what I'm doing. I work at a company called Tiggly, and we put our heart and soul in creating a technology that's really developmentally appropriate for kids ages 3 through 8. And if you look at the landscape, we're pretty much the only ones that are doing this in a way that teachers absolutely love in terms of manipulatives. And they work on tablets, and it's all based on educational theory. And we pride ourselves in the fact that everything comes from research. Research. Nothing goes out without being tested by teachers and kids. And we have data supporting the fact that we have a huge impact in their literacy and math understanding.
That's awesome. Now, see, there's our soundbite right there. That's exactly what we were looking for. So anything else you want to share? If they want to get in touch with you guys, what's the best way?
If you're here, come visit us at 2046. With 2046, you can also see Life Size Chef, which is one of our main big characters. If you're not here and you're interested in learning more, you can go to our website, www.tiggly.com/education. And if you just want to connect with me, shoot me an email. My email is Amanda@Tiggly, TIGGLY.com. I work with all of our educators, so you'd be talking to me to begin with.
Sweet. And on Twitter @TIGGLY.
Kids, yep. Tiggly Kids.
Tiggly Kids.
Awesome.